Well. Welcome back, everyone. And today we'll be doing resin again. I got my gloves on, and we got our mold here. You can see kind of where we need to put in more baby powder, so we're going to do that real quick. We're going to get right into this. This is going to be a pretty short video. I don't got much time, so we're going to put some in there. We got our makeup brush here. We're just going to get it all in there. Nice and tidy like that. Knock most of it out. Want to get most of this out of here. But yeah, this is again, this is a release agent and a way for us to reduce the surface tension on the actual mold itself. All right, quick, very easy, right? Next, what we have is we have our actual resin. I actually got this at Hobby Lobby. You can use, I don't think you can use the 40% off, but it's 20 bucks and you get 16 fluid ounces, but you put them together and that's like the total, right, of how much you'd get. This isn't a bad price, and they aren't actually that bad of a resin, but it's a very small pot life. You've got 2 minutes of work time, and it takes about 30 minutes for it to totally demold. So about a half hour, which isn't that long, but the 2 minute is not that much time. In the package, you also get these nice little cups here. You can kind of see that they have measuring on them, and since it's equal part A, equal part B, you want to put however much you need in here all at once. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put 10 of these milliliters in here, because when we merge them together, we'll have 20 total milliliters. So now these are both cleaned out. We're going to need a stir stick. This is one I've already used, but this is what we'll use to mix them up. We won't have much time to do this, so we're going to want to make sure that we have our mold ready. It's already prepped and ready to go. We'll keep that close by, but what we'll do first is we'll pour the two parts. So we'll face the measurement sticks towards us. We'll get our first bit here. I cut off the tip, and we'll just pour in 10 millimeters. Now, since this part isn't actually active, we don't have to go fast with this, but we do want to be precise. Well, as close as precise as we can get. Another thing is I wipe off the tip after, just in case there's any extra. And then what we'll do, and this stuff will dry white, not clear like the last video I did. Not bad. Give this type of rinse or dry off as well. All right, so then we have our two parts. Those are done. So now we have our part A, part B. Then we have this next piece, this next bit here. I've already used it, so it's kind of used a bit. But it's going to be filled up almost all the way. Now, before we actually do the pouring into this single one, we want to have everything has to be ready, basically. So you kind of have to figure out your order on how you're going to get it in there, how you're going to pour it, and all that kind of stuff. So I want this to be here, because again, we do want to pour from a higher stream or higher height. That way, when we put them together, when we put it together and put it into the mold, there actually isn't all of that much air getting into it, reducing the bubbles, so we don't have that too. Also have the lighter close by hand, so we can pop any of the surface bubbles. Now, this one, we're going to pour the part A in first, because the part A is way more, it's thicker than part B. Like part B is very, very watery, so it run quicker, so giving us more time. So part A goes into the stirring pot first. Again, it goes in first because it's a thicker liquid, and it's harder to get all of it out. So just take your time. Again, this isn't going to affect our curing at all. So we just want to make sure we get it all in there. So now it's in the stirring one. And then again, you're only going to have about 2 minutes to actually stir this up and work time. But we want to get it into our molds and still use our lighter to make sure that we can get some of those bubbles out of there. So go ahead and pour it in. Now we got 2 minutes on the clock. Now when you're stirring this, you don't want to get too many air bubbles in it. So you're going to try to keep everything contacted in, but you're trying to get everything in there. So we're trying not to get the bottom out, but we're still trying to get all of that stuff mixed in real well together. And just like with the last one, when it starts to warm up, that's when you know it's actually really activating. And you can feel it. It's starting to get warm now. So, all right. I think that's going to be good enough for us. Once you'll see it in this one that everything kind of becomes a solid. So from a good height, we're just going to start pouring it. Okay, and I have a little bit left here. So what I have is a little bitty coin. And I'm going to pour all of the rest of this in. Just a little bit left, a little bit extra. It wasn't quite enough to make another mold, but it wasn't quite enough to make, oops, don't want to burn myself here. Yeah, and see how we're just popping all those surface bubbles here? Just popping all those surface bubbles. Again, we're trying not to get the actual mold itself. So yeah, we'll let I want to time lapse this so you can see just how long it takes and how it looks. So we're going to zoom in here. Hold on, let me take my glove off. I'm going to zoom in, focus here, and we'll do a time lapse. So I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, and we're back. These have been going. They probably need, I'd say they need a little bit more time. And now they're warm still, so they're warm, and the actual mold itself is still warm. So I would give these just a little bit longer to cool down. They could probably demold right now, but they're still kind of bendy, and I actually like it when they're bendy still. I feel like, if anything, like, you know, it comes out easier because I can bend the mold and it's not very hard on the mold itself. So Just give this a little bit more time, and then we'll actually demold it. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, and we're back. Here we go. We're going to demold these now. So again, just like I said before, we kind of start in the corners. Don't be real rough with them, but see, like you just kind of go around the edges, slowly pop that out. Now, I want to get a real close look at this so you guys can see that there's no bubbles in this. Look, no bubbles. Now, the reason why there's no bubbles, we poured from a great height, right? Great height, quickly, and we used our lighter. I don't know why I couldn't think of lighter. Holy cow, jeez. Yeah, I would also use a heat gun though. If you have a heat gun, I would use that. But yes, look at that. No bubbles at all. Same thing here. We're going to start from the edges, slowly work our way around. Remember, we're not trying to muscle this thing. It'll come off. Just got to be real gentle with it. Look at that. And once you get all of them, it comes right out of there. We'll zoom in on this one too. Look at this. No bubbles at all. Now you have to clean up these edges, sure, but you're going to have that with everything. No bubbles. And all this extra stuff, look at this. This stuff will come right off. You could, if it doesn't come off really easily, just give this this stuff on the sides a little bit more time to cure, and then it should come right off. And look at this. You're ready to keep molding. I mean, it's that easy, everyone. Oh, also, I guess if I wanted to show you this little bitty one, we can just do the same thing. Look, we start from the sides. I didn't put any baby powder in this one, which I probably should have. But, yeah, you see how it's still kind of bendy? This one, however, does have bubbles. And the reason why it has bubbles is if we look at the actual mold itself, I didn't do that good of a job on the mold. So it's not the pouring technique, it's the mold itself. So if you look here, there is a bubble right there. Okay, well, we got one bubble. This is also really smushy still. This is definitely not done. So we're gonna just kind of flatten it out and leave her alone for a bit. She'll straighten up in a bit. But anyway, let's look at this. The last video we did these clear ones. So we have clear ones and we have these white ones. Which one should you go with? Should you go with the clear, or should you go with the plaid white here that's coming from Hobby Lobby? This is smooth cast. This is their crystal one. I think I have it in a, I forget what bottle I have it in. I think it's in the 300, but it's actually not the 300. I'll look up what type this is. I don't remember. If I remember or find out, I'll put it in the description. But you know, this stuff you could order on Amazon, or you can order it. Oh, let me zoom out here. You can order it from Amazon, or you can order it directly from them, which I mean, I think everyone should do. You should order it directly, not off Amazon. I mean, Amazon is a great place, don't get me wrong, but you should try to order it directly from the people you want it from. I think that's just a better idea. But which one would I prefer? Would I prefer this one, or would I prefer this bone white? Personally, this stuff is easy to get. It's at Hobby Lobby. We have a bunch of Hobby Lobbies around here real close to us. I could just drive to Hobby Lobby, spend $20, and get a whole bunch of these made. And I mean, they're hard when they're fully done. These are hard. Wash them off, clean up the sides, and you got yourself the makings of a dungeon. Now, how many dungeon tiles can you make out of the 16 fluid ounces? I'm not sure. Could you do a whole dungeon with them? With just the tiles? If you were just making these tiles, you probably wouldn't be able to make a huge one. But you'd probably be able to make, you know, a small sized dungeon with just a floor set. You're going to need a lot of resin if you wanted to do a huge dungeon, a huge project, or huge anything. If you just want to use these for bases, for characters, I think this is a brilliant idea. But if you're going large scale, you're going to want to get bigger stuff. You are going to want to order them online from direct retailers and get gallons. You know what I mean? You're not going to want to get just a couple fluid ounces. You're going to want to get gallons. But if, like I said, if you're just doing some easy stuff like this, so I'll see, you can see in my 3D printer, if you're just going to print off something with a 3D printer and put yourself, you know, in this case, a beholder on a 1.5 inch base, I mean, that's easy peasy. So that's my 2 cents. These are good. This is good. This is good. This costs 20 something bucks. I think they sell theirs by the pound. They don't sell fluid ounces. I don't know why they do it, but that's just what they do. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Just another quick, easy tutorial on pouring resin. This one from Hobby Lobby. 20 bucks. Actually, wait, do I have the box here? What if I have the box? Oh yeah, I do. Here we go. I could even show you the box. I wonder if I can zoom out a little more here. There. There's a box. 20 bucks. 7 minutes. Look at that. But this is it right here. There's a bunch of junk on here, but what it comes with is, look, it comes with all of this stuff. Easy peasy. 20 bucks. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video. I'll probably do a couple more. I think the next video that I'll do, oops, let me back up one. I think the next video I'll do will be actually plaster. I'll actually use Bruce's method on using plaster on this mold, so we can see how easy that one is comparatively, and how, you know, how crisp it comes out. Like I said, like this one is extremely crisp. You can see all of Bruce's detail in this. All of it. And it is rock solid. Not gonna chip, not gonna break, nothing. This is solid. So we'll do a couple more then. Until the next video, I'll see you all later. Peace out.